Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am back for another Slim Sports interview, kicking off the new season right with someone that has been a part of the podcast the past couple of years and has dominated on the field every single time he steps out onto the football field. NCAA record holder, All-American, and absolutely 1000% a member of the Slim Sports family. Ladies and gentlemen, 6'1" linebacker from the Buffalo Bulls, Red Murdock. What's going on, Red?
What's going on? I appreciate you having me again.
Absolutely, man. You are always welcome on. Third time being on the podcast. Obviously, you see the autographed jersey in the background.
Yeah.
After you make it to the NFL, we got to update that with an NFL jersey for sure. So definitely cannot wait to see what the future holds for you. But we'll touch on that here in a little while. First off, got to talk about your career as a whole, everything that you've done, all of the accolades, the awards that you've gotten, which obviously got a whole lot more this past season. And I want fans, viewers that are just now getting to learn your name, to learn about these accolades and the awards to your name in a quick segment that I like to call Resume Rundown, where I'm going to show off your resume, show off everything that you've done throughout your career. And I'm going to speak on just a few of the accomplishments that you have. 2024 and 2025 All MAC first team honors back to back years. NCAA record holder in career forced fumbles with 17 and AP second team All American. Got your name recognized on a national scale. Absolutely outstanding. And you entered this season motivated, unquestioned leader of this defense, as well as a couple of the other returners. Talk to me real quick about going into this season, the expectations for yourself and for the defense after losing a couple of big time leaders and fellow All Americans like Sean Dolak and Marcus Fuqua, to where you and others had to step up.
I mean, with the exceptions of Fook, Dolak, Folsom, and CJ, we really had a ton of continuity within the defense. We for sure we was real deal connected, going out there and making sure that we just being the best that we can be. And throughout the season, it's unlocking different ways to kind of achieve that. So yeah, it was like you said, very confident, very excited, but yeah, it was we were more so like playing for each other and understanding all that we sacrificed to be at that specific point, and yeah, doing and trying to ball off for each other and send each other out the right way because there's a lot of seniors on that defense.
Oh yeah, a whole lot of seniors. We'll talk about the defense as a whole in a moment, but I got to touch on the numbers that you put up real quick. 142 tackles on the season. Once again, ranked top five in the country. Had 5 sacks, 13 and a half TFLs. Obviously, six more forced fumbles to add to your career numbers this past year. And going against very tough competition like Troy, you had 12 tackles, two forced fumbles, 2.5 TFLs there. Eastern Michigan, 17 tackles, two TFLs, another forced fumble in that game. And then Akron, you had 13 tackles, a sack and a half, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. So you even started the season off with a 16 tackle performance against Minnesota, power forward team, week one of the season, able to do what you do best. People know at that linebacker spot, Red Murdock is the number one threat on this defense. How would you say your skill set really allowed this defense, the scheme to flourish, but as well as the individuals at other positions?
I would say it's very complimentary. Like our defensive coordinator, Coach Joe Bowen, my dog, one of my favorite coaches ever, if not my favorite coach ever. Really lean on him a lot for a lot of things, but he's big on having our 11 best players on the field. So he's going to cater the scheme towards like the team skill set, towards the 11 best players. All right, so how can you feel me, with the exception of, you feel me, not gonna have a safety over there playing D tackle, but like we gonna make sure that we get like whatever type of funky situation it might be, like making sure that we got our talent and we're using it in the way that we could. So like say my skill set, shoot, I feel like I'm a bit of a jack of all trades. Ain't too much that I really can't do it. Saying that in the most humble way, to like I just feel like, you feel me, I can check all boxes because I got a mindset towards just getting whatever is done for the team. But yeah, I say really our coaching staff, they do a great job of game planning to complement our skill set, rather than, oh, it's just like I'm not necessarily, oh, crazy doing all this within the scheme. It's more so they put us in the perfect positions to complement what we got. and maximize our potential.
Absolutely. And obviously, this Buffalo coaching staff has always been able to produce talent at a high level. 3 out of the past 4 years, you guys have had an All-American. Marcus Fuqua in 2022, last year with Dolak, yourself this year. And overall, it seems like that linebacker position, man, there is something special when it comes to this Buffalo linebacker group. Sean Dolak obviously doing what he did last year. Now he's with the Los Angeles Rams. You talk about Khalil Mack, who's a legendary player. He's, in my opinion, a Hall of Famer in the NFL. Obviously, yourself doing what you did this year. What is it about this linebacker group for Buffalo that produces the NFL caliber player?
I think it's a testament to the players that we've had over the decade plus. It's just extremely consistent, and of course, when you hold yourself to a certain standard, you only like the outcome is going to be consistent. And like it's a certain team standard, and it's like, okay, you're a linebacker, you gotta, you feel me? This is the floor right here. So I feel like just the way that the linebacker the culture is in Buffalo for years and years and years. Like you had mentioned, Dolak and what's called it and Khalil Mack, but it goes on and on. It's like it's great character paired with talent as well. James Patterson, I feel like that's man, not too many people talk about no much on that much more, but he's a baller. Like crazy. Like he might have been the most talented out of that whole little dynasty since I've been here. Gaddafi, right? I didn't even play with him, but he left right before I came in. He got a shot with the Broncos. Khalil Hodge, he's crazy numbers. He's all throughout the UB linebacker. I mean, all throughout the UB record books. We got a plethora of talent through there. I'll try to make it big to like just really make sure those guys are recognized. Like we got some backers that's going to continue to keep that tradition going, and it's a lot of pride within it, like a lot of pride, like from my walk on guys, my dog DJ, he got a lot he finna prove. Like it's really it's a special brotherhood within the backers, and I feel like that's just something that's going to stay from generations on, hopefully.
There you go, man. There's just something special in the water there for that linebacker group. Maybe I don't know what it is, but obviously your name is up there with the best of the best in program history, doing what you do best. And to go with the numbers, you put up a lot of great highlights throughout this season. And I know you remember this segment from last year because we talked about plays all from just one game from that bowl game for this segment that I like to call Make That Play. But I switched it up a little bit this season. I got different games this season from throughout the year. And I put together once again what I feel like were your top three plays from this year. But obviously, as you well know, I'm just a stats guy. I'm just a fan in the stands. You're the one on the field doing what you do best. So, what would you say was your best play from this past season?
Haven't given it much thought. Being quite honest with you, give me like a little second to. I ain't gonna lie. I don't really, I don't know. Not too many really stick out to me like that. It's a few that I feel personally like, oh, I've seen this and I know I'm going to do this. But as far as best play, it's more like I'm just there. My main, I wasn't as I feel like as flashy this year, but I was just making sure to be consistent and efficient throughout the entirety of the season. I don't see too many that, yeah, I don't know if I got like, I don't got a certain play right now for you that I think is the best.
Hey, well, I got three for you, and maybe this might jog your memory, but number three, I have that big forced fumble against Eastern Michigan where the quarterback tried to get into the end zone, wrapped him up like you always do, another one of your big time tackles, and punched the ball out so hard it shot out like a rocket about 10 to 20 yards back. That one I have at number three. Number two, huge sack going against Minnesota, ran right around the right tackle, past the block attempt, and just pulverized the quarterback, bringing him down, making your name known right off the bat, saying, "Hey, we're starting the season off strong. I don't care if you're a Power Four opponent. I'm one of the best in the country. Let me show you why." So that one I have at number two. Number one, going against Troy, forced fumble and fumble recovery, where you strip the ball out of the receiver's arm and just fell right on top of it to recover it, turned the ball back over into the hands of the Buffalo offense. And I mean, there's just the ferocity that you had. You talked about the consistency, the effort that you always put in. obviously making plays left and right for your team throughout the season. And I mentioned two of your six forced fumbles on the season. You had six this year. I believe it was seven last year, and however many before that to add up to 17 on your career, which breaks the NCAA record that was held by another Buffalo Bull in Khalil Mack, which, like we talked about before, the linebacker group, absolutely insane. So, talk to me real quick about beating that record, about being number one on that list. What does that mean to you to be top tier in these forced fumble categories?
I mean, there's a ton of hard work and a lot of mental fortitude that comes with these thousands of reps. And getting the ball out takes it's a lot into it's a lot that goes into it, and I feel like it's always great being able to kind of like leave somewhat of a legacy in a sense. I feel like for me at least, it really just taught me a really good lesson that's really kind of just following a recurring theme throughout college football. It's just like my guys will tell you I'm not the most accurate. You feel I ain't really I probably ain't the best puncher in the room. But shoot, I mean, I'm kind of strong. I come with intent every time, and it's the ball like always on my mind. I'll be watching film, and if I see that ball loose, I'm gonna start like yelling like in the in the film room, like just that it's being that consistently intentful on that. You feel me? I didn't bruise some knuckles. This I got some fingers that look crazy right now because of it, but it's all for the ultimate goal of helping the team win. And then you look back at it, and I got a little record to go with it. So it's a great feeling, and it's crazy being able to beat Khalil Mack for it. Just like Khalil Mack, I grew up like not idolizing him, but that was like a big because I played DN for a little minute too. So you talking about like linebacker DN, that's the perfect dude to look up to. It was great to be able to break it, and it being him, it was just so crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we keep talking about putting your name up there in the history books with the best of the best. And you did so much for this Buffalo program throughout your career. And your final year there with them, season obviously didn't go the way you guys wanted it to. Obviously, you were aiming for a MAC championship. Ended up going 5-7 overall on the season after coming off of a bowl game, 9-4 record in 2024. So obviously there was a little bit of a hiccup there, a little bit of a bump in the road. You're a big time leader for this defense, and you were able to help this defense to a lot of one score games where you guys were keeping it close. Talk to me real quick about your message to the rest of the defense as a guy that leads by example on the field. What would you say was your message to the team to always keep their heads up and go out there with the best of their ability?
I say just one main thing is like our player-led leadership, it like exponentially like it grew a lot this year, and it was a lot of I think it was like 6 weeks in a row we had one score games. It was a lot of tough times, and even when we won some games that we feel like we should have like killed them, something like that, like it was a lot of hardship to deal with. And the main message throughout just like the message I come to the guys the day after the game and be like, make sure you're giving everything that you can. And it ain't just gonna be Saturday. You feel me? You start, oh, I'm finna go hard now. You dead wrong. It starts if it starts after the last game, now you're doing as much as you can to prepare for next game, whether that's gonna also you require a heavy emphasis on sleep. A lot of people, especially in college, they underestimate the power of that. But you feel me? Sleep, film, practicing with intent, being able to watch those corrections and understand what you're looking at when you watch a film, knowing like why you're watching it, being like intentful in what you're doing, having a purpose behind it. But like at the end of the day, shoot, we got a whole group. We was in that joint. We was in the facility 2 hours before our check-in time and watching crazy amount of film and did our little fellowship together and everything. But it only give you a chance. And that's the hard part to swallow, but that's life. And yeah, it's for sure depressing sometimes because like I'm saying give it my all in the building 14 hours a day, 6 days a week. But at the end of the day, shoot, what did it amount to? From the outside in, oh y'all just went 5-7, underwhelming season. Shoot me, oh you were supposed to be defensive player of the year, all that stuff. From the outside in, oh it might not even got there, but I can look in the mirror. My guys that was with me, they know that we can look in the mirror and say like, man, we for sure did a whole bunch to put ourselves in the position to win. At the end of the day, you feel me? God's the one that writes it all, and whatever is out of our control, we can live with that. We just at the end of the day knowing that we did everything that we could to give ourselves a chance at being decent, and that's all that matters. You feel me? We can't control anything else, but you can sleep at night knowing that you gave it your all.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And you were one of a lot of returners for this starting defense. Solomon Brown, Kobe Stewart, absolutely amazing group, veteran group that you guys had for the Bulls. And you guys did come up in big moments. You guys actually led the MAC in sacks on the season, 38 as a team, fifth in yards allowed per game. So you guys were able to come up in big time moments. What made this Buffalo defense so strong in these big time moments where you know you need to make a play, you know you need to get a stop, and you guys were able to come out in the clutch?
Like it's kind of piggybacking off the last message. You feel me? Doing everything you can to prepare, but also like truly understanding like the margins for error. This is college football. It don't matter. You feel me? Even with St. Francis, like you gotta have that crazy amount of attention to detail, because that one false step or having your eyes in the wrong place for a quarter of a second, that can be the difference between winning and losing. Or shoot, the difference between having a shutout or allowing two field goals. You feel me? That's the difference between a forced fumble that probably end up going to the crib, or the quarterback get the ball off and that's a touchdown the other way. Like little things like that, truly emphasizing like that's the small margin for error, and like truly when you preparing beating the dead horse in a sense. Like we gonna make sure we got this. It's not till we're not gonna go over something till everybody got it. We gonna go over something till can't nobody get it wrong. And that was the intent behind our preparation. So granted, it showed up in big moments. One thing I like to think back to was Eastern Michigan. Their 2 point play. We watched it a million times, practiced it 1,000 times. We got a player led film session 2 days before the game. I tell you, we went over that same play to every possible defense that we could run. And of course, anybody can play out how you gonna play this to whatever coverage when you got 3 seconds to think about it and you don't got any external stress on you. But when the game's on the line, it's in overtime and they just scored a touchdown, they did hurry up, you only got time to think, and it's just right then and there, it needs to become like second nature. So that attention to detail in our preparation, that's what allowed us to step up in the big moments and be able to make some plays.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And overall on your career, whole lot of accolades, like I said, whole lot of numbers, but you were able to help your team to a lot of wins as well. I know you're very big on wins over everything and end your career one of the most decorated Bulls in program history. When people look up there at, the Sean Dolaks, the Khalil Macks, your name is going to be right there with them, which congratulations to you. I had you on after I believe it was your sophomore year, and I knew you had a bright future ahead of you. I apologize for not seeing this. I mean, absolutely incredible for you. So congratulations on that. But what does it mean to you to be able to represent yourself, your family, and this Bulls program as one of the most decorated Bulls in program history?
Shoot, first of all, I definitely appreciate all the love, but I feel like the main thing for me, like you said, like what it means for me to represent my God, represent all my loved ones as far as like in Buffalo, back home, all that stuff. For me, it's really big. Like it's really important for me because a lot of times, especially throughout my recruiting process, but even I had some slumps up in Buffalo and all that stuff. Like there was a lot of times where my guys, my teammates, my coaches, shoot, the academic staff, shoot, they believed in me more than I believed in myself, and they were there for me you feel me, when I wasn't even all the way there, and being able to kind of repay that belief, and prove them right, and all that they've done for me. Me winning brings them me give me all this individual success. It's a culmination of all the external factors that have helped me to get in the situation. So I definitely owe it to them to make sure that I maximize the position that they've helped me to be put in. There, a lot of people sowed them seeds with me. So I'm definitely grateful for my entire support staff, and it's been all love surrounding me for this whole journey, and I can't do nothing but be appreciative and try to reciprocate that love. I feel like it's definitely understood amongst everybody that the love is felt and definitely appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. And I know you got to mention a couple of your teammates throughout this interview. We've talked about some of them. You loved hyping up your linebacker group there for sure. And I'm giving you another opportunity to shout out some more of your teammates that you've been able to grow a fond of, been able to get to learn them as people and as athletes in a quick segment that I like to call Who's Up Next, where just like last year, once again, you get to recommend some players I can reach out to, have on the podcast, get their names out there just as you're doing now. So who would you say is up next on the Slim Sports podcast?
So I got a list for you, cuz um my dog Kobe Blackwell, he's a corner going into his third year now. You expect a lot from him. He was able to he was balling this year. My guy Ronell Davis, extremely talented, and he's definitely in the process of making it all click together, and it's gonna go like a little development path. You go, it look like this, and then it's gonna shoot up. I got Josiah Gathens, a wide receiver, number 8. Shoot, we had to shoot. I think one of the best receiving corps in the nation. Wouldn't be surprised at all. He's gonna by his success next year. And
Oh,
my
yeah.
dog Jason Wright, he might have had probably the best arm on the team by far. Like he's extremely talented, and he's probably like one of the top 10 fastest on the team.
Absolutely, man. And those are some great names for who's up next. Now we've got to talk about what's next for yourself, moving on to the professional ranks, doing what you do best in the pros with the best of the best, following in Sean Dolak's footsteps, continuing your career. How are you really approaching this offseason to be the best version of yourself going into what will end up being your rookie year in the NFL?
Yeah, going into the NFL where I'm attacking it, just making sure heavy emphasis on taking care of my body, and it's kind of it's gonna lead to a little bit of mental exhaustion because the same type of focus and attention to detail and everything that you do throughout the season kind of has to be carried on throughout this pre-draft process, within training, within preparing for, you feel me, the Shrine Bowl, God willing, the Combine, Pro Day, all types of interviews and other stuff that shoot I don't even know is finna come up next. Like within that little process, just trying to maximize my draft stock, just being able like understanding that I have to apply that exact same mindset. You should of course cater it to the specifics of the situation, but yeah, it takes a lot of mental fortitude to be able to continue that for another 4 5 months and then see where the cards put me. But more than anything, I'm just extremely excited, extremely blessed. For years, I probably wouldn't even see myself in this position, and I want to make sure that I honor those that helped me to get there. Of course, honor God throughout the entire process, but make sure that I maximize this because it's a blessing, and that's something I'm definitely never going to underestimate how much of a great position that I'm in. But yeah, main thing is maximizing where I'm at. That's my main message. Really put myself in the right environments to where making the right decision is easy, automatic. Getting the right process. I want to hit the league in full stride. I don't want to. Well, I know it's going to be some adjustments. I want to minimize as many adjustments and adaptations that's going to, you feel me, slow me down as possible. So I want to hit it as optimally as possible. Yeah, it's exciting, and I'm definitely ready for it for sure. But right now, I'm focusing on how to maximize my stock.
Hey, there you go, man. I cannot wait to see where you end up. Beyond excited to have had you on once again and kicking off my new season of the podcast. Knew it had to be you. You were number one for this season, absolutely, especially after the phenomenal career that you've had. And like I said before when we started this, that Buffalo jersey is getting updated to whatever NFL team
But
you end up getting drafted to. NFL scouts, take a look at Red Murdock. Y'all need him with your organization. That is number one. So, congratulations once again on a phenomenal career. Best of luck to you moving forward for a hopefully decade plus long NFL career. And thanks once again, not just for hopping on the podcast, but truly being a part of the Slim Sports family.
absolutely, I appreciate you. It was my pleasure.